Fleet Week returns to the waters of New York, happening right now, the annual Parade of Ships.
ABC's John Elliott is live on Pier 88 with some of the brave people who keep our nation safe. John, great to see you. Who's with you this half hour?
I got to tell you, I have some young men with the United States Navy Ceremonial Guard, and I have Lieutenant Stefan Acevedo.
Yes.
I'm just intrigued by this because we're just chatting with these guys. These guys are just out of boot camp, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the way that the Ceremonial Guard works, these young gentlemen, they come straight out of boot camp, and they spend 2 years with us in Washington, D.C., where we're based out of. These guys specifically are a part of the United States Navy Ceremonial Drill Team, where they're experts of ceremonial drill with the 1903 Springfield rifle.
Notice how we are getting out of the way as the bayonets are coming in. Does this have a name, what they're doing right now?
Yes, so actually this entire arrangement is an arrangement of individual what's called manuals. So it's a certain arrangement of rifle spinnings and manipulation of the rifle to be displayed in such a way that it is for a performance. So this entire thing is what's called a 9-man performance, and the entire thing is composed of individual manuals that are all combined into this single performance.
But when you combine them into a single performance, I'm looking at the clearances between the weapons. It's like a matter of inches,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yep. So these guys spend a lot of time on their own and at work perfecting this craft. It takes them months and months and months of very dedicated training for them to get to this level of proficiency.
Wow. I mean, it's just hypnotic to watch. What is your role today? Obviously, you're the Ceremonial Guard. You're part of what's getting going. What's your schedule?
So I am actually what is known as the commander of troops. So this actual performance has a role for me as well. So there's a role where I will walk through this formation. As you see right now, they're throwing the rifles. I'll actually be walking through them as they're throwing rifles. And so that is my role as well. And then I, in general, as a part of my job title, I am the company officer that encompasses both the drill team and our ceremonial color guard.
Well, I really messed up because first thing I should have said is thank you for your service. But what do you love most about serving in the Navy?
So serving in the Navy, I think, gives us a very unique opportunity to experience life in a way that none of us really would. And what I love is that it brings people together from a complete multitude of backgrounds. So every single one of these guys comes from a very unique and diverse background, and they all come together and they form this very unique brotherhood that is only present, I'd say, in the United States Navy.
And I was so impressed. These are young men that have only been, how long have they been in the Navy?
At most, 2 years.
Wow. Well, God bless you. What are you going to do in New York?
Oh, I think we're just going to,
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to have a good time. I think so, yeah.
That's what I just love this. And my photographer, Walter, you just stay on this. This is so great. Thank you, sir, for your service.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, and have fun in New York. I appreciate the young man who said, excuse me, right before a bayonet went whizzing by our heads. You guys, we're going to stay on the men that serve as we send things back to you. Fleet Week gets underway. Going to talk to the band and kind of figure out what's going on later today in just a bit. Right now, though, we will, with great precision, send it back to you in the studio.
I totally trust those guys, but keep your distance, John. And thank them for us. They're brilliant at what they do, and their precision and their craft is just incredible.
Yeah,
so please.
Quite the role for the one person who has to walk through. So pretty amazing.
Thank them for us from a distance. All right, we'll have coverage of the Parade of Ships all throughout the morning. You can also see a list of Fleet Week events at our website, cbsnewyork.com.
Oh, love seeing that.
Yeah.